Nadia Matthews with Stokes and Matthews Media, and today we are here at the Under 30 Following the Vision Nominee Brunch. I'm really excited today because I have Mommy and Daddy standing right next to me, the Mommy and Daddy of Jewel Anderson, who is the founder. How y'all doing today?
Fine. How are you?
Great.
You good?
Yeah.
Awesome. You look fabulous. I'm so glad you guys are here.
All right.
So I've known Jewel for years, and I know since I've got Mama and Daddy here, I'm sure I can ask them to tell me a few little secrets that nobody knows that we're only going to share with you. So y'all got to tell me like one or two things that nobody knows that Jewel did when she was young that made you know she'd be an entrepreneur.
Okay.
Well, she would read at night under the covers with a light.
She looks like a night reader. I love it. I love it. What else, Daddy?
Well, when she was in the second grade, she always wanted to do what she wanted to do. And her teacher said, you got to do what I want you to do. So she's always had a mind of her own.
And I know you all are so proud to see all that has come from that. So listen to that, parents. When you have those babies and the teachers are saying those little bitty things, they could turn out to have this wonderful vision. It could be that they're just entrepreneurs tucked inside of there. So I'm really glad to be here again with Mama and Daddy, and we will come back to you soon with some nominees. Standing beside me, this wonderful gentleman is Carlton Clay. You can find his name right there. He's with Victory Productions. How are you, Carlton?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm great. So how long ago did you find out that you were nominated?
About 2 weeks ago, I think. Yeah.
What was your initial reaction?
I was really excited. Because I'm going to explain this. I was actually at the last event last year. This is where I first met Jewel and everything. And I was like, wow, it would be great to be a part of something like this. And I prayed about it. I spoke. I said, Lord, I'm going to be here next year. And here we are. So it's literally just speaking it and it coming true. It's mind-blowing.
I love that. You have to speak it.
Yes.
You have to just put it in the atmosphere. I believe in that.
Yeah.
So tell me, what is Victory Productions?
Well, Victory Productions, actually, it's a company. We produce theater, theater shows, web serials, short films, and everything. And how Victory Productions started out, I'm actually a cancer survivor. And so during my bout with cancer, God gave me the vision for Victory Productions to just create things that have a message and that empower people and that encourage people, but also tell real stories. So that's how Victory Productions started out, and we just been rocking ever since. We actually celebrated 11 years this year. So
Congratulations! Now tell me, if you were to win the scholarship, what's the besides a shout dance, what is the first thing that you're going to do?
The first thing that I'm going to do is definitely invest in some more equipment for my company. I do believe that we have to, work on things in a professional manner, because if you want people to take you seriously, you have to definitely take yourself seriously and invest in yourself. So I'm definitely going to buy some more equipment for my company, and definitely just want to invest in my actors, because they've been so loyal to me for these past 11 years, and I just want to just give back to them because they've given so much to me and my company.
This lovely lady is Miss Anisha Bhandari. Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Great, great. You look fabulous. Thank you. I love her. Okay, so tell me all about your company.
Okay, so I founded the company You Debate. It is an online digital platform for K through 12 students to debate online across the country. So I was a debater in college, and I learned that debate is something that only affluent students can afford. So I built a platform accessible to all students.
I love that. That's amazing. I love it. Now, how long has your company been around?
I've been around since January. Development was last year, so it's about a year and a half.
And if you were to win the scholarship, what's the very first thing that you would do?
The first thing I would do is I'd probably try to give back a little bit into the community. And the second thing is I'm trying to build my company out of Atlanta. So I'm looking for really good talent. So I would put the money towards bringing talent into my company, so hiring new people and just starting that way.
And the gentleman standing beside me is Mr. Edward Minta. How are you, Edward?
I'm doing well. And yourself?
I'm so good. Edward, we want to hear all about your organization.
All right. Well, I work with Creations of Bliss Event Productions. We're essentially a turnkey operation when it comes to events. So if you have any birthday parties, weddings, office parties, you call us, you give us certain things you're looking for. We think ahead. We take all the stress away from you, so you and your guests can have a great time. People don't think about a lot of little things, but we just look in between everything. You give us the big picture, we look at the details, and we bring it to life.
Okay. And where did that idea come from?
That idea really actually came all the way back from college, where me and my friend wanted to do an event, but we didn't really understand a lot of things that go into it. So we talked to a lot of different people, and we understood that, a lot of people think you can just put on an event, but you can't just put on an event. If you want to have that trend-setting event or something that people are really going to remember, you have to make sure that everything is set in place. So that's how that idea came about.
And how long have you been doing this?
We have been in business for about 3-4 years. Wow. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Now tell me, where were you when you found out you were nominated?
I was actually back in my apartment on my computer, and I'm kind of like an email hawk. So it came in on my phone, and it was like bling, and then it came on my computer as well. So I immediately jumped on it, and I'm calling my partner like, we made it, and he was very excited. So we're very glad to be here, and it's very exciting. Yeah.
Okay. What's the first thing you're going to do if you win the scholarship?
If you win the scholarship, first and foremost, I believe heavily in charity. I do a lot of volunteer work, so I definitely have talked to my partner about putting 10% towards the community. Now, we haven't exactly identified where, but we do want to give 10% back to the community first and foremost, and then the rest to also put into operations because we do have investors, and we just want to continue expanding and making them proud as well.
This beautiful lady standing next to me is Miss Tiffany Rose Brown. How are you, Tiffany?
I'm doing awesome. How are you?
I'm so good. You look fabulous. Tiffany came and found us. She was like, are you guys doing interviews? Because I need to be seen. No, I'm just kidding. She didn't do that. I'm just kidding. But you look as glamorous as I'm sure your nonprofit is. So tell us all about your nonprofit.
Well, it's called the Glam Gives Back Foundation, and we're trying to collect skincare items, and also we're trying to donate just whatever we can to acid burn victims that have been affected overseas. There are countries like in Bangladesh, India, and also Pakistan where women, if they refuse marriage proposals, then they'll get acid thrown in their face. And so I know, like, day to day, we take selfies and we're on Instagram, we're on, social media, and we don't, take the time to think about, just the basic needs for skincare. And so what we're trying to do is we're trying to collect some items so we can kind of help some of the nonprofits that are already established there so they can start feeling normal again and start taking care of their skin and feeling good about themselves.
I love that. Now, you have to tell me, where did that vision come from?
Actually, I had read an article. I believe it was on CNN, and it just explained about how this woman just got acid thrown in her face. And so I just kind of Googled and binged and started looking up different things and just started reading people's stories. And some people just really, don't have a voice. A lot of women and children are the ones that are mostly affected. And so we're doing it's called a Beauty for Bravery campaign. And so that's what we're doing in the year 2015, trying to collect as much as we can so we can possibly just take a trip ourselves to the actual, location that we choose to donate to. So.
And this beautiful lady standing beside me is Miss Candace Mitchell. How are you, Candace?
I'm doing fabulous. I'm great. Thank you.
Now, Candace is used to this interviewing because her company, Texturized, is everywhere. You guys are almost nationally known. That's amazing. How long have you been doing it, Candace?
2 years now. Yep.
So you have to tell me, what's the story behind the vision? Where did it come from?
Well, my co-founders and I, we've all had frustrating experiences with our hair, not knowing what products to use or having, devastating effects, from products that didn't work and things like that. And so we decided to come together and really create a platform where women can find the products that they need. But the amazing thing that happened throughout that process was women wanted to really share the stories behind their hairstyles and their whole hair journey. So we're creating a social platform where you can find the best hairstyles, products, and local stylists in your area, and also have a community to kind of go through this whole process with.
Now, Candace, you were also a speaker last year, right?
Yes, I was.
Wow. And the winner was Janelle Coco Curls. Now, are you all familiar with each other? Do you all travel in the same circles?
We do. She is actually my pro-fight in my sorority. We're members of Delta Sigma Theta sorority, so I've known her since I was a freshman in college. And so I was able to see how Coco Curls started from the beginning and kind of help her because we were both interested in hair. And she wanted to create products and I wanted to create technology. So fortunately, we've been able to support each other throughout the way and also kind of help each other do business with us promoting her products and for her just kind of getting more insights on what customers are looking for. And so it's been great working together and I'm very proud that she won the award last year. It was a great event.
Now, can you give me some advice for an entrepreneur that's just starting out and all they have is an idea? Where do they begin?
Right. Well, when you just have an idea, you really need to get out and test that idea. So do a lot of market research and talk to as many people as possible. When we started, we interviewed over 1,000 women before we built anything. And so that's very, very important because it helps to know what you should actually build. I mean, you might think your idea is the greatest thing in the world, but it only depends on how good it is for your end customer and the value that you're actually providing. So I would say that would be number one. And then the next step is get out there and explore all the resources that are available to you to start a business, like startup accelerators, funding grants, great events like this to network and meet people. You really need to get those resources because you'll need the money to really get your idea off the ground. So whether that's meeting potential investors or people who have access to grant opportunities, there's so much out here that we all should take advantage of. So those are the top things that you should do to get started.
So what's the first thing you're going to do if you were to win this scholarship?
Oh my gosh, the first thing I would do is I would really just, create a platform where other people can know what is possible, right? Because a lot of people, they see me, they see Texturize doing amazing things. They see Under 30 following the vision. They're all like, how can I be a part of that? How can I, get started? And so I think, just spreading the word about, everything that's out here and available to, people who are aspiring to be entrepreneurs. I really want to have a platform to do that on a regular basis. So, just day-to-day real-life experiences. That would probably be the first thing I do is say, you can also do this. You can receive an award like this because at the end of the day, it's all about inspiring other people.